Welcome back into our first one-on-one of the season. Tyler Cruz here, joined by a familiar face, Adam Robinson. When you see me and Adam on TV, it can only mean one thing. Basketball season right around the corner. Adam, thanks for coming on with me today.
Thanks for having me on again, Tyler. Appreciate it.
So some fun stuff to get to. We'll start with the changes. All of our classes are kind of going to look a little new this year. You had some teams moving down, some teams moving up. Who do these class changes really, is there any team you see that the class changes really benefit?
Yeah, the class changes was a big topic in the off season, and a lot of ADs had some real things to say, and it was all about travel and competition level and numbers of schools. But I think this really helps Hamden. Hamden moves on the boys' side from AA to Class A, so they'll be playing more Brewer, Nokomis type teams. And with Zach McLaughlin as their leading scorer and probably going to be one of the best players in the state this year, I think it's a really big chance for him to shine and for the Hamden Broncos to shine this year.
Yeah, when we do our picks at the beginning of the season, I think Hamden boys are going to be one of my picks for Class A. I've picked Class A right 2 years in a row. Granted, 2 years ago, very not that part of a pick there with Nokomis. But let's move on now. You said Hamden Academy. They're girls too, returning a lot of players. A lot of teams that are returning players too. We have our two Class B gold ball champs, Orono boys, Ellsworth girls, really bringing back a lot of the roster. Who do you think maybe had not the easiest path, but who do you think has the best chance to repeat?
That's really tough, and I know that that's kind of a cop-out answer. The Orono boys have to go back through the Ellsworth boys with Chance Mercier, but Orono, like you said, brings back a whole lot of talent with Pierce Walston and Will Francis. But they'll have to get through Ellsworth, who brings back a good amount. They'll have to get through Oceanside, seemingly in the state championship again. That was a close state championship game. So Orono has its work cut out for them, and the Ellsworth girls also have a really tough lane to go through if they see, they have to get through Old Town girls again in the playoffs, and then if they get to a state title, they'll probably face Spruce Mountain again, who gave them a real run for their money. That game down, the state final came down to the final second. Ellsworth won, and Spruce brings back a lot. And Oceanside with Bailey Breen and her sister Olivia, two really big post presence on that team, and Oceanside was um, undefeated until they lost to Spruce in the regional final. So both have their work cut out for them. Both have teams that are coming back with just as much firepower. So I'm really excited for Class B this year. I tweeted last year and people kind of gave me flack for it, but if Chance Mercier was 6'5", 6'6", then we'd be talking about him like we do kind of Cooper Flag type of talent, and that's where I think he is. They're both seniors. They both play in the same AAU team. They've grown up together. They're really good friends. And when they play against each other, it's just fireworks. So I know they'll play in the regular season and then hopefully for the fans' sake in the playoffs, and we can get another classic.
Yeah, both of those regional championship games, Class B boys, Class B girls north, both classics. You mentioned Chance Mercier as a player to watch in the boys. Who kind of strikes your eye as a player to watch on the girls' side of things this year?
Yeah, I mean Ellsworth. We talked about the girls, and they bring back Abby Raydell, who um, is short in stature but can hit shots from all over the court. She makes the right plays. She plays really tough. I mentioned Bailey Breen in Class B for Oceanside. She's been someone who's been getting a lot of recognition and eyes from deep Division One colleges, which I think we're seeing more of in Maine, which is great on the boys and girls side. So if I had to pick a couple, it'd be Abby Raydell and Caribou. If you have a chance to go see them, Madeline Depre is a star in the making as well. She can do it all on the court.
And you can't leave out Sage Evans from Old Town either. She put up a fight in that game with Ellsworth in that championship game. But we'll move on to classes now. We had another classic, Dexter Penobscot Valley girls in Class C. That was a really good game. And then also in Class C, you had the Dexter boys as well going on a little bit of a run. Jalen Reed for Bangor Christian in Class D. Anybody jump out at you in the Class C and D ranks?
Well, I'm glad you brought up Bangor Christian. They have, I believe, Jalen Reed coming back and a whole lot of players coming back as well. And their coach was saying in the locker room after that loss in the regional final that next year is theirs. Machias won't be as strong. Southern Aroostook still brings back Dylan Burpee in Class D. They've won the last two for the boys. But Bangor Christian, I would try to find a gym to watch them play during the regular season and then in the playoffs because they play fast, they can shoot the ball, and they bring back everybody. There's going to be a lot of seniors on that team, and it's a team obviously not a lot of people are paying attention to. It's Bangor Christian, pretty small in Maine, but they pack a punch, and they'll be fun to watch this year.
And then Southern Aroostook girls and Wisdom girls in Class D I mean, it's going to be a battle between them again this year, I think.
Oh, 100%. The Southern Aroostook girls won what, like last, I think, yeah, last four of five state championships. And Larry Mahoney kept saying that, Southern Aroostook's regional final was pretty much the Class D final because Seacoast from the South, I mean, good team, got to the state final, just does not have the firepower or the size to and the speed to keep up with Southern Aroostook. So I think Southern Aroostook looks like the favorite again in Class D girls and maybe in Class D boys. It's kind of incredible what that small school up north has been able to put together.
Yeah, they've been going on a run. Adam, we've been going on a run. We'll definitely hear more from you this basketball season. Really appreciate you taking the time to join me to preview everything. Those are your teams and players to watch this season. And I also appreciate the chicken nugget shirt, too. Got to give something cool for TV.
Of course. Thank you, Tyler. Anytime.
Awesome. All right, that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after this.